Hi, are you an MSME owner struggling to navigate HR compliance? Let's unravel the essential guidelines together. I'm Shailesh Kantak and I am the founder and CEO of Flexi Ventures Private Limited. Today I want to talk about something super important for any small or medium-sized business, HR compliance. Now I know that might sound a bit boring, but trust me, it's crucial stuff. So let's dive in and learn about some essential guidelines to help us navigate HR compliance without getting lost in all the rules and regulations. First things first, let's talk about the typical challenges faced by MSMEs with compliance issues. MSMEs often operate with limited manpower and financial resources, which can make it challenging to dedicate personnel specifically for HR compliance tasks or invest in specialized compliance software or services. Many MSME owners and managers may not be fully aware of all the relevant labor laws, regulations, and compliance requirements. This lack of awareness can lead to unintentional violations and legal consequences. For example, not understanding minimum wage laws or employee leave entitlements can result in penalties or lawsuits. Labor laws and regulations can be complex and vary based on factors such as industry, location, and also the number of employees. For MSMEs with limited capacity for legal expertise, understanding and keeping up with these regulations can be daunting. This complexity is compounded by the fact that laws can differ from state to state in India, adding another layer of challenge for businesses operating in multiple locations. MSMEs experiencing rapid growth may struggle to adapt their HR policies and practices to keep up with the changing compliance requirements. This can result in compliance gaps or oversights as the business evolves. For example, as the workforce expands, ensuring proper onboarding processes and documentation for new hires becomes increasingly important but can be overlooked in the midst of rapid expansion. Additionally, high turnover rates in MSMEs can pose challenges in maintaining accurate employee records, managing exits properly, and ensuring compliance with termination procedures. Without proper documentation and adherence to legal requirements, businesses may face legal challenges related to wrongful termination or non-payment of final dues. In smaller organizations, HR processes and procedures may not be standardized or documented, leading to inconsistencies in compliance practices across different departments or locations. This lack of standardization can result in confusion amongst employees and increase the risk of non-compliance with legal requirements. Employees and managers may not receive sufficient training on compliance-related matters such as workplace safety protocols, anti-discrimination policies, or data protection regulations. Inadequate training can lead to misunderstandings or ignorance of legal obligations, increasing the likelihood of compliance breaches. MSMEs may outsource certain functions such as payroll or recruitment to third-party vendors. However, relying on external partners without proper oversight can expose the business to compliance risks if the vendor fails to meet legal requirements. For example, if a payroll vendor fails to deduct and remit employee provident fund contributions as required by the law, the employer could be held liable for non-compliance. MSMEs may lack access to advanced HR technology solutions that can streamline compliance processes such as automated record-keeping systems or digital training platforms. Limited resources may prevent MSMEs from investing in such technology, leaving them reliant on manual processes that are prone to errors and inefficiencies. Finally, regulatory requirements can change frequently, especially in response to socio-economic factors or government policies. Keeping track of these changes and ensuring timely compliance updates can be challenging for MSMEs with limited resources. Failure to stay updated on regulatory changes can result in inadvertent non-compliance and expose the business to legal risks. Now that we understand the challenges, let's talk about some tips for navigating HR compliances in MSMEs. First off, it's a good idea to have a dedicated HR person or team who can stay on top of all the rules and regulations. This could be someone in-house, or it might be worth considering outsourcing this task to a professional HR consulting firm. Next, it's important to keep up with the changes to the laws or regulations that might affect our business. By staying informed, we can make sure we are always in compliance. This may involve subscribing to newsletters or publications from relevant regulatory bodies, attending seminars or webinars, or consulting with legal experts to stay updated on changes in the labor laws and regulations. It's also a good idea to have clear policies and procedures in place for our employees to follow. By having these policies in writing, we can make sure everyone knows what's expected of them and what the consequences are for not following the rules. This may include having an employee handbook that outlines company policies on issues such as anti-discrimination, harassment, leave entitlements, and disciplinary procedures. Furthermore, it's important to provide regular training to employees and managers on compliance-related matters. This may include training sessions on topics such as workplace safety, diversity and inclusion, data protection, and ethical conduct. By investing in employee training, we can ensure that everyone in the organization understands the rights and responsibilities and is equipped to comply with the relevant laws and the regulations. Additionally, it's essential to conduct regular audits of HR practices to identify any areas of non-compliance and take corrective action. This may involve reviewing employee records, payroll data, and documentation related to recruitment, onboarding, and termination processes. By conducting regular audits, we can identify and address compliance issues proactively, minimizing the risk of legal consequences. Finally, it's crucial to maintain open communication channels with employees and encourage them to raise any compliance concerns or issues they may have. This may involve setting up anonymous reporting mechanisms such as whistleblower hotline or email address where employees can report violations or unethical behavior without fear of retaliation. By fostering a culture of transparency and accountability, we can create an environment where compliance is prioritized and upheld by everyone in the organization. So there you have it, folks. Navigating HR compliance might seem like a daunting task for MSMEs, but by following these essential guidelines, we can make sure we are doing everything by the book. And remember, when in doubt, it's always good to seek professional advice. Happy navigating! If you found this video relevant and useful, do subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is Shailesh Kantak signing off. I will see you next week with a new video. Cheers!